Okay, this is a Virgo tarot card reading for the rest of September, and then I'm going to do a tarot card reading for October. I usually do this on Facebook, and I always do the readings a month early, so by October I'll be in the rhythm of how I usually do things. Yeah, and be doing November's reading. Okay, so let's get started. God, Goddess, Jesus, angels, please guide each Virgo to whatever message you would like them to receive for October, the rest of this September 2018. Amen. Oops. Okay, Virgo, this month, 2018. Virgo, this month, September 2018. Virgo, this month, September 2018. Virgo, September 2018. Virgo, the rest of this month of September 2018. Virgo, the rest of this month, September 2018. Virgo, the rest of this month, September 2018. Oh, damn, a lot of cards popped up. As you can tell, I do it a little differently. I kind of figure the universe knows what it wants to say. It'll flip as many cards as it wants then. Or it doesn't want to flip. So that's how I do that. By the way, I grew up in a very religious home. I'm no longer religious, but because of growing up in that, I know how many people might get uncomfortable with the witch hat. I'm not really a witch. I just like the theme of it. So that's why I'm wearing the hat. I like it. That's it. Just like it. And I thought it went with the theme of the tarot cards. But yeah, nope, I'm not a witch, but I do know actual witches, and they're highly misunderstood. So if you're somebody afraid of witches, go talk to one. You'll see they're not that bad, and some of them would actually probably appreciate you asking about them and getting to know them a little better. You know, witches, pagans. I also know Christians and Catholics, and pretty much I'm a non-religious person. I'm spiritual, not religious, so I love you all, and I'll get to be friends with everybody. I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible here. The Lady of the Mirror, reflection, non-judgment. That just means you may need to reflect on something, maybe actions you have taken or something you've said. I get the feeling more towards actions, though. Maybe there was something you said during the actions, but I feel like it's more towards actions. And to reflect on that, but do it without judgment. And time of reflecting is just pretty much reflecting on things you said or you did. You know, like, was it the right thing to do? Or, you know, if it was the right thing to do, what could you learn from the past of something maybe you left or changed direction in? You know, like, what can you learn from that past moment before you changed directions or took that action? So just take time to reflect and learn the lessons, but do it without judgment. Don't judge yourself. The Eagle King, the big picture, angelic help. You do have angelic help with you then. They see a bigger picture here, and they are giving you guidance and help. And if you don't believe in angels, maybe you believe in spirit guides or extraterrestrials, fairies, God, goddess, whatever, fill in the blank, whatever you believe in, you have their help. I know the card says, you know, angelic help, but I understand that, you know, there's other forms of guidance that, you know, so the card is just narrowed down to saying angelic help. Just kind of the basics there, explaining what kind of help you're getting. The resting tree, patience, stillness. Just, it means be like a tree, be patient, be still. What you need will come to you. You don't see trees freaking out going, I need fun, and the sun and water. They know what they need will come to them. Secondly, trees are actually also able to connect with one another and actually be able to say, hey, I need more of these minerals or vitamins or whatever. And trees that have excess of that, like, oh, I've got extra of this here, they actually are able to send it to that tree. So, you know, if you need to be a little more detailed like a tree and reach out to friends, like go have a girls' night out, guys' night out, do that. It's okay. But do trust whatever it is that you need will come to you. The sisters of the seasons, cycles of growth, natural law, divine order. That just means there's a time and a season for something. Maybe there was a time or a season with a person or something in your life, and it had to change, and you had to let go of it or change it to a different direction. I don't know why. I keep going in that area of like changing into a different direction. So I'm guessing there was something you were involved with, whether it be a person or a job or whatever, or a situation, and you've changed directions. I keep getting a feeling of that. There's a change of direction there. But it's okay. It was a time and season. You were in that moment, and a time and season, you're in another moment. It's a cycle of growth. It's meant to be. That's how the seasons happen, when you go through summer and winter and fall and spring and all that, it's meant to be. It's part of the nature, how it works, and we too are meant to go through seasons, so we can grow, learn, prosper, that sort of thing. It's just how it's meant to be, So don't worry or panic or think that maybe you need to turn back. You don't. You need to keep moving forward. You've made the right decision. It's a cycle of growth. It's time to step into this new season now of your life. The Fire Prince, optimism, aggression. That just tells me you might be feeling a little anger, resentment, maybe a grudge. To me, the card can mean other things too, but I'm getting more of a feeling of there's anger. Maybe you feel you were being treated unfairly. The Spiral Dancer. Circuitous route perception. Now, circuitous, that's a funny word, but really it just means taking the longer way, taking the longer route. So you may be taking the longer way to learn something, or longer way. Maybe you're not deliberately taking the longer way. Maybe it's just in this season transitioning from one, whatever you're turning from into another, so one season to another. It may be taking a while to, get those steps into reaching whatever it is that you're trying to reach, or whatever you're trying to turn into and turn away from. You may be taking the longer way. But if you're taking the longer route, it doesn't mean that's a bad thing. To me, taking the longer route means you're trying to perfect it. The Queen of the Light, illumination, enlightenment, celebration. That means there is illumination, there is enlightenment. Something will be revealed. And perhaps it'll make you feel so good you gotta celebrate about it. I don't know, I'm just like pretty sure the card is just speaking what it means. Illumination, enlightenment, celebration. There's going to be revealing, illumination. There's going to be enlightenment, understanding, knowing something. And there's going to be a celebration. There's going to be a joyful feeling about it. The cosmos, creativity, vastness. That just means that whatever happens, whatever it is that you're turning to, it's meant to be. It's in the universe. It's in the cosmos. It was meant to happen. It was all aligned and made to be so. The map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, free will. I've got a feeling you are turning to live in your authentic purpose right now. Yeah, like your authentic self, who it is that you want to be, who you want to live as, what makes you happy. Just kind of, I just got this strong feeling that is what you're doing right now, that you are, if you're not there yet already, you are working on living in your authentic purpose, your authentic self. You have a free will to do so, and you are taking it. You're not letting anything stop you. Maybe you used to let things hold you back, I don't know, but I just got this feeling like I don't know how else to put this other than you were taking life by the balls and owning it. Like, this is my life. I'm going to do what I want with it. I'm going to live what makes me happy. I'm going to get the job I want. I'm going to get the spouse I want. I'm going to, yeah, it just feels like you are making sure that you are going to get authentically what it is that you want in life and to live that. Like, you're taking control and action of in things and being like, this is what I want and this is how I'm going to make it be. Even if you're going to take a little work to get there, you know, a longer route to get there, but you're going to, man, you're going to own it. The Sun Dancers, joyful activity, celebration of life, abundance. That does mean there will be a little bit of a celebration. There's some joy coming. You know, and the fact you are trying to grasp at your authentic life and authentic self you want to live, that is something to celebrate and be happy about. So, yeah, celebrate and be happy, man. The Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, withholding. To me, this card can just mean that sometimes it can mean that someone is withholding a gift from you, not being generous to you, not letting you receive, you know, just general respect. And then sometimes it means you're withholding yourself from receiving this gift, like, you know, not setting boundaries with people and be like, you know, I deserve better respect than that. I got more of the feeling like it's you withholding it from you. It's not so much other people. I mean, maybe other people are doing that to you, but you're not really doing anything about it. Of course, with this card here, with the authentic purpose, you may be doing that now. Maybe you're working to start making sure people give you the gifts that you deserve in life, you know, to be generous to you with love and respect and just, you know, dignity, things that you would expect a person to give you. And usually that's what I think when I see that card. That, you know, they're tarot cards, so they're up to interpretation. I know some people write books on them, but honestly they're up to interpretation. It's about what the person feels. And also there's a general reading, so that means basically it's probably going to be a little bit for everybody, right and wrong. You just pretty much have to take from the reading what resonates with you, because there's a lot of Virgos out there, you know. Trying to read everybody's energy at once that's like, yeah, you're gonna get some things in the reading that are wrong and not right for you personally, but right for someone else. But it's supposed to be right in general, but, you know, a few things are, of course, going to get wrong, but right for someone else. Oh, I'm sorry, whoever this is right for. Whoever it's wrong for, though, good for you. I don't like this card, personally. The Desert Prince, survival, false promises. Means you could be surviving false promises someone gave you. Or maybe there's someone lying to you right now. Or maybe you yourself are the liar. Do you remember that some people are positive and negative, you know, so there is positive and negative Virgo. So some of you could be suffering from a liar, and some of you are probably the liar, you know, so there's positive and negative Virgos. I did get a kind of a feeling like some of you might be the liar out there. And that needs to be acknowledged. And the truth is, even when you're the liar, you're suffering yourself because you don't actually, you know, you don't get actually what you need fulfilled in life because you're not fulfilling with others for that karma to come back and fulfill you too. So you're kind of left with a hungry soul, just wanting things and not actually reaching a complete satisfaction. I say complete satisfaction because there might be temporary satisfaction. Kind of like people who get high on drugs or get drunk or overeat. You know, they might have a temporary fix for their emotions. I don't know, I always feel weird when I talk about the overeating part. I know, by my size, you would think I probably eat a lot more than what I do. I have a condition, so not that I eat perfectly, but I don't eat as much as my body makes it look like I do. but kind of just have to live with that. But yeah, sometimes people, they search for quick fixes, and sometimes that quick fix is being in a relationship, but you never get completely satisfied. It's kind of like the way I look at liars. You know, they're not fully, completely satisfied, and when they hurt and abandon us, we kind of feel like we're surviving their false promises and just kind of pulling our shit back together and moving on and moving forward. The Hawk Prince, spirit communication, paying attention. That can mean that there's spirit communicating with you to help guide you through this. It also can mean telepathy, but it doesn't mean that the other person knows they're being telepathic. It's just you may have cared about this person, and there's a little bit of a telepathic connection there. So you may know that they're thinking of you. You may know that they're, like, mentally or emotionally calling out to you. You know, like in the quiet times when they think nobody's listening. You know, you probably have those moments too when you're alone and you don't think anybody's listening. You're just like, I wish I had this person back. You know, and that's the moment, like, where they may have that moment too, and you may be feeling that. But, you know, pay attention to that communication, whether it be telepathic or spirits communicating to you. Though I will say that just because you feel a telepathic communication with somebody does not mean you should turn back to them. Some people are meant to be turned away from and move on, you know. Though sometimes it helps you have compassion for them and forgive them. Maybe not go back to them, but forgive them at least. Understanding that they may not know how to fix themselves, but they do have feelings. Feelings that they can't fix right now because they don't know how to, but they got to work on it on their own, because it's the only way anybody's going to get through things, certain things. You know, it's just life lessons we have to learn on our own sometimes. And you know, if you were the liar, maybe you did something wrong, and maybe you need to listen to that spirit communication then and realize how you made that person feel. And maybe, yeah, I don't know, maybe you do take them back, or maybe you at least apologize so that they might have peace moving forward to a better life. I don't know, but only you guys are going to know what resonates with you and what doesn't. But let me flash the cards and let you get a feel from your own intuition what you think or feel it means. Because I believe everybody's got their own intuition. I'm not one of those psychics that will claim to you that I'm 100%. No psychic is 100%. We are human beings. No human being is 100%. And anybody, human being, that says they're 100% is bullshitting you. Is some of them, a few of them, and I mean a few. I think the majority know they're BSing you, but there's a few out there I think they really mean it, and it's like you are bullshitting yourself. And sometimes they're so goddamn confident in what they're doing. I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that. They're so freaking confident in what they're doing that they have an ego, and they literally argue with their client. It's like, stop it, man. They just confirmed to you that what you sensed or felt was false. Let it go. Let it go. Swallow your ego. Swallow your pride. And they don't. But I will tell you, I am damn good at what I do. I get about 75% right to over 90% accuracy. And I don't know how to put the personal information up here yet on how to get a personal reading from me, but as soon as I do, I will do that. Till then, I will be doing these free tarot card general readings. Okay. Come on. I like to shuffle the cards in a different place real quick. Because if you don't, then you end up having the same energy there and the same cards pull out. Of course, I think that's just kind of logical. You know, energy or not, that's usually the case of what you're going to have. If you don't shuffle the cards, you're going to end up getting the same pattern every time. Okay, God, Goddess, Jesus, angels, please guide each Virgo to whatever message they need to receive for October next month, 2018. Amen. Thank you. Virgos, October 2018. Virgo, October 2018. Virgos, October next month, 2018. Virgos, October of next month, 2018. Virgos, October 2018. Virgo, October 2018. Dang it, why so many cards have to pull up? I hate reading too many cards. Sometimes there's a few cards that pop up. There's been a few times where only one card's popped up when I've done it like this. And then sometimes freaking a lot of cards pop up. I guess you Virgos want details. Yeah, but it's always good to shuffle because not only are you giving the cards a new energy to work with, but that's just logic. You'll get a different, pattern of cards then. Energy or not. So, I mean, I believe in energy, but it's just logic. If you don't shuffle the cards, you're going to end up having the same cards pull out. Oh, okay. Okay. The Sisters of the Season, Cycles of Growth, Natural Law, Divine Order. We already went through this card. There was a cycle of growth, something in your past, something you've grown from. And again, remember this is a general reading, so these cards sometimes can be energies held from last month, this month, next month, a few months down, because this is a general reading for a bunch of different Virgos. So, I guess the majority of you then might be in the process of this month, but the majority of you could just be 52%. So it's like the other half are still a little less than half are still, the same energy but in a different month or so. So do keep that in mind. So yeah, cycles of growth. Something you've let go of. And it's okay to move on into a new season, a new cycle of growth. It's how life is. The Lady of the Mirror, reflection, not judgment. My God, I freaking clearly shuffled those cards and put them into a different area of the deck, but yet there's still a lot of the same card freaking popping up. Again, something you're reflecting on, but do it without judgment. Do it with growth to learn and think over and process the decisions or actions you took, decisions you made, actions you took. Reflect, but reflect without judgment. Learn from it, grow from it, don't judge in it. Sometimes don't judge the other person or other party or whatever, because it's a moment of growth. And if you judge anyone, judge yourself or the other party, you are looking at it with a clouded mind. You want to look at it with a clear mind, a non-judgmental mind, an unbiased mind. Because only in there will you be able to figure out, who was right, who was wrong, what can you learn from this. That's at least in my opinion, though. So don't judge the other person either, or yourself. Think it through unbiasedly. Learn from it. Gaia's garden, fusion, abundance, reaping what you sow. You will be reaping what you sow. Whatever you've been working towards. You'll be getting your blessings in, is pretty much what the card means. The Wise Woman of Wonderland, integrity compromise. That just means somebody's integrity is compromised. Maybe it's you, maybe it's somebody else. But it just means stand in your integrity, even when you're like in this crazy Wonderland world where everybody else is nuts. And they're all going to think you're nuts too, even though you haven't, you might be in your integrity. They may think you're nuts. Again, I'm kind of feeling like some of you are the ones with the, like somebody out there needs to hear, you're the one that's compromised in your integrity. You're living like the Wonderland folk, where you're, you need to get your morals and priorities straight and balanced. That doesn't mean that's for everybody. Kind of feel like strongly someone out there needs to hear that, though. The Rainbow Prince, compensation, perseverance. Whatever you're persevering in right now, you will be getting compensation. And do not take offense to me acknowledging that there are some liars out there. There, like I said, there is negative and positive in every sign. So that means there's negative and positive Virgos as well. So even though the majority of you might not be liars or deceptive, somebody out there might be a liar and deceptive, and they need to be get their message to help guide them as well. You know, that this is something they need to work on. You know, you need to work on yourself. And so, yeah, but you're getting compensation for your perseverance. Maybe you've been persevering through life. Maybe you've been persevering just through life, wanting dreams to come true, things that you're praying for to happen will happen. And there's a rainbow in the card, you know, a beautiful rainbow of promise there. The ringmaster scrutiny, discernment, clear vision, details. To me, usually I see this card and I have an idea of what it means, but I've been getting a new feeling when I see this card. I feel like the card is saying the facts are already there and you can see them. Maybe in your subconscious because you're not ready to accept and you don't want to accept, but the facts and evidence is already there. I mean, it's scrutiny. You gotta scrutinize. You need to be a little more discerning. Yeah. You know, it says discernment, clear vision, details. You know, have some discernment. You know, in there is clear vision when you pay attention to the details, when you pay attention to the facts. You know, I've gone through that too, where, you know, you love somebody and you don't want to see all the red flags. They're there, but you don't want to because you love them and you want to believe the best in them. But there comes a point where you have to face it and you're like, okay, the facts are already there. You know. So I think that's what the cards are saying, is the facts are already there. Listen to them. And it may be in your own timing, because I can't make you see it, just like nobody could make me see it either. Yeah, but you know, that's, I guess that's just part of learning and growing. Learning discernment. Learning to pay attention to the details of things that are facts that are already there, telling you the truth. Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, withholding. Okay, that card again. So you probably all remember what I said, what I feel that card means. It means somebody could be receiving, you know, generalizing of what you deserve, like personal respect, stuff like that, personal dignity, and they may be denying you that gift, or maybe you're denying yourself that gift, but it's time to stop withholding yourself from that gift. And if someone else is denying you that gift, it's also time for you to stop withholding yourself from that gift and hanging around that person. It's like, time to cut them out, man. Stop withholding that gift from you. You deserve that dignity. You deserve that respect. Just when I was saying that, the keeper of the scales, fairness, balance. That means you're seeking or desiring fairness and balance in your life. The dream walker, dreams, the collective good, illusions. That just means dream the collective good, like daydream it, imagine it, draw that energy to you, and start walking it. And I just realized, you know, maybe when I'm sensing this liar, this very strong liar, maybe it's not even a Virgo out there. Maybe it's a Virgo dealing with a liar. But yeah, there's still, you know, there's positive and negative in every sign. So there probably is a liar out there that's a Virgo. But, you know, there's probably also a lot of Virgos out there that are strongly dealing with a liar right now. The Sun Dancers, joyful activity, celebration of life, abundance. Again, there could be an upcoming celebration in your life. Maybe freeing yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Maybe a raise. I don't know. Something good be coming for you to celebrate. Again, that card popped up. The Desert Prince, survival, false promises. Again, you got this liar here. Maybe they're no longer in your life. You're just surviving them. surviving the false promises. And maybe you do have a liar in your life right now and you're still surviving their false promises. All I can say is time to let them go. From personal experience, the person I was talking about with the didn't want to see the red flags. I had to reach a point too where I realized it was time to let them go. I went through a really bad emotional moment, cutting that person out of my life, because I did love them. But it was clear to me that they weren't going to be honest with me. In fact, that was the only honest thing they were saying, was they weren't going to be honest with me. It's like, well, fuck. Damn. Do you really need any more, a sign that someone is not being honest with you than someone that is being honest about they're not going to be honest with you? I'm like, seriously. Damn. Yeah, but yeah, it was really weird, when I was going through my emotional moment. Let me pull them up real quick. These 3 cards, they kept popping up so much. Let's see, where did that card go? Yeah, so pay attention to your cards. I have learned that they are damn good. Where'd you go, card? You were up in the reading for a moment there. There was a bunch of other cards that were popping up for me, things for hope. But when it came to this person, it was, very clear. The cards were telling me, and this is after I would shuffle and reshuffle, and these cards would still pull up, and I did it in a different way. I would actually do it like this, because when I'm just trying to pull out only a certain amount of cards rather than just let the universe pick out wanting one card for a certain answer, so that's just there's no way that the same cards would be popping out unless the universe was being very specific with me. This card kept popping out. As in, I was surviving false promises. This card kept popping out. As in, this person was a manipulator. And this card popping out. This was the let go card. As in, let go of this liar that's manipulating you. Time to let go. You already know, but let it go. And it was very hard going through that moment, but I eventually did let go. And there was cards of hope too, of a better life for me too. And I would say I've grown a lot and learned to let go of that person. I'm still waiting for the other positive cards to come into alignment, because some of them are really good cards. I'm like, damn, I want that now, come on. But yeah, I would definitely say cards are very good to use if you can figure out what they mean to you and to interpret them, or maybe you want to read the book. They are very good to use if you want to ever do a personal reading for yourself. I personally love them, even though if you were able to book a personal reading with me, which I do for a reasonable donation, I'm the person that'll do it for $12. I'll even do it for a trade for a bag of groceries. Pretty damn reasonable. I just ask other people to be reasonable too. That's about it. Because some people, when you say donation, they're I'll just be frank here, they're cheapskates. And you have to let them know, no, you need to be reasonable here, because as much as you have got bills to pay, so do I. So let's try to be reasonable here. So I love tarot cards, even though I tap into one's energy to be able to see if there's any past lives you're working on karmically in this life, and then I try to tap into your energy. But that actually does take a lot of energy out of me. I don't know why, but it makes me tired. But the weird part is, if I do it at a certain time, I will be up all night. It is so weird. It's like I'm exhausted, but I won't sleep. So I've learned to try to do my readings, closer in the afternoon, probably before 4 o'clock, because I don't know why. If I do it any, like, after 4 o'clock, yeah, I won't sleep. So I like the tarot cards because it really helps me from having to completely submerge into the energy, and the energy being more channeled into the cards. And then all I gotta do is really just read the interpretation in the cards and what I feel off the cards. So it ends up keeping me from using too much energy and exhausting myself and whatnot. Though I still prefer not to do it at night. But still, this is I find the tarot cards very useful. Like, it's 6 o'clock right now while I'm doing this recording, and it's probably going to be fine for me. But if I were to be actually tapping in energy right now, yeah, I'd be up. I would not be going to sleep. I'd be exhausted, but I wouldn't get to sleep. So, yeah, I think if you ever want to do a personal reading for yourself, cards are great to do that. Also, sometimes you gotta find the cards that resonate with you. Like, the ones I have are... Where's that lid? These are the ones I have. You know, I was interested in getting tarot cards, but I couldn't find one that I could fill. And, you know, it took a few years. But I found these cards at Half Price Bookstore, and I was like, I could just fill it. Those cards are mine. And, you know, I went to them and I shuffled through them, like, mentally thinking, okay, how was my day? And just, you know, test them first. And then a card popped out and it was actually resonated with my day that day. And I'm all like, yeah, okay, these are my cards. These are definitely my cards. So I bought them. And they've been working for me ever since. And I absolutely still love my cards. So... But yeah, I kind of think if you're somebody that doesn't feel like you're in tuned enough, or maybe you don't have enough confidence in your intuition, go get some cards. Go get something that is you can tune your intuition into, kind of like these cards, because they have like a little message on them, so it's easier to read and get an idea of what your intuition feels from it. But yeah. You know, so, but if you're not interested in cards, maybe you're interested in something else, you know, go for that. Just, you know, it kind of helps one tune into their energy without having to tune in so deeply and maybe disrupt their sleep or whatever else that happens when you tune into your own energy. But Virgos, you have a good morning, a good afternoon, or good evening whenever you're watching this. May you have a good September and October, and goodbye now.